Next, the chair would like to recognize Congressman Mike Defensor for his summation. Congressman Defensor.
Thank you so much, Congressman Choy Alvarez, to the joint chairman. Before I begin my summation, I'd just like to ask Attorney Del Castillo, is the ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation listed in the US Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, or any foreign exchange?
It's not po, only in the Philippines.
Thank you for that. Kanina ho, sinabi kanina na ito daw po ay hindi na bago at matagal na pong ginagawa. But I beg to disagree. Ito po ang kaunahang ginawa, ang Philippine Depository Receipt. Ito lang po ay unique sa ating bansa. Sa kadahilanan po ang ADR or American Depository Receipts o Global Depository Receipts, may German Depository Receipts. Bago nyo po gawin yan, pupunta ka sa New York or sa Amerika. Ipapalista mo ang iyong korporasyon. Merong mga rekisito po yan. At mula doon, magkakaroon ng isang depository bank na siyang mag-i-issue ng PDR at ang mga Amerikano, pwede silang mag-invest doon sa korporasyon na naglista sa kanilang stock exchange. Kaya ako po tinanong si Attorney Del Castillo tungkol dito dahil ang Philippine Depository Receipts, hindi po yan pwedeng o hindi po yan nakalista sa ibang bansa. Dahil pong ABS-CBN, dahil sa limitasyon ng konstitusyon, hindi naman din po pwede maglista sa ibang stock exchange, sa foreign stock exchange. So iba ho ang American Depository Receipts sa Philippine Depository Receipts. Nagkapareho lang po sa pangalan. At sa isang banda, nagkapareho po siguro doon sa tinatawag nating relasyon ng share ng kumpanya at ang PDR. Ang diferensya po sa American Depository Receipt, pag ikaw ay bumili ng share, talagang nasa iyo, sa iyong pangalan. Pero ito'y kinakatawan ng isang PDR. Ang Philippine Depository Receipt, wala sa iyong pangalan. Nasa pangalan ng ABS-CBN Holdings. Nasa pangalan ng Lopez Holdings. Gusto ko po linawin na yung corporate layering, hindi lang po isa. Maaari po natin sabihin isa, dalawa o tatlo. Dahil magmula po sa ABS-CBN, merong ABS-CBN Holdings. Yun naman po Lopez Inc. na humigit kumulang 50% ang kanyang pagmamayari ng ABS-CBN, meron din pong Lopez Holdings. Kaya nga po nung nakaraang ako'y nagkaroon ng presentasyon, hinihingi ko kung maaaring ipakita sa atin yung PDR ng Lopez Holdings. Kasi po ang Lopez Inc. hindi naman po listed company. The only reason why these were all revealed, kasi sabi po kanina, bukas naman, talaga namang dinideklara na may PDR. Ito po ay dahilan sa sila po ay listed company. And they have to divulge kung ano ang nangyari sa kanilang korporasyon. So ang Lopez Holdings, nakalista po yan. Ang ABS-CBN Corporation, nakalista po yan sa Stock Exchange. At maging po ang sinasabi nating Lopez Holdings Inc. Ngayon, nagulat po ako, for the first time, Attorney Del Castillo mentioned, nagbobotohan pala po yung PDR holders. Tama po ba, Attorney Del Castillo? Nag-uusap po sila, bumoboto, pero sa holdings lang po, hindi sa ABS-CBN Corporation.
Opo, yun lang pong mga rights ng mga PDR holders. Meron po din silang meetings because there's a group. So, iba po yun sa mga owners ng ABS-CBN, mga shareholders. Iba po yung meeting ng ABS-CBN broadcasting shareholders where ABS-CBN Holdings vote the shares.
Tama po. Kanina ho, binanggit ni Congressman Barsaga na ang PDR foreign holders po ay umaabot sa 8 bilyong piso. Sa ABS-CBN Corporation po, yung sinasabi lang PCD nominee, nandiyan pong PDRs, almost more or less 40% ownership ng ABS-CBN. Can you imagine yung influence na pwedeng gawin ng PDR holders foreign? Having 8 billion pesos, nagmamayari ng 8 bilyong piso, hindi ba nila pwedeng sabihin sa ABS-CBN Holdings, eto gawin ninyo, ito yung dapat, dahil malaki ang ininvest namin sa inyo. At syempre, natural lamang ang ABS-CBN Holdings, given that this is the biggest shareholder within the company, ilalabas nila yung sentimento ng mga PDR holders. Of course, that remains to be seen. Pero kahit saan pong negosyo, kung sino ang may pinakamalaking nilagay na pondo, siya po ay pwedeng mag-influensya either directly or indirectly kahit wala siyang control. Ngayon po, sinabi, maraming nagsasabi, hindi lang po dito, maging sa labas, bakit naman ABS-CBN lang ang pinarurusahan? Bakit hindi parusahan ng GMA? Bakit hindi parusahan ng Rappler? Ang Rappler ho, nagkakaso na. Tama po yun. Hindi ko naman po sinasabing exempted ang GMA sa usaping to. Pero hindi po ibig sabihin na nagnakaw si Juan, pwede niyang ituro si Pedro at sabihin niyang, bakit si Pedro hindi niyo ikinulong? Kami lang kinukulong niyo. Malayo po sa usapin. Pag may kalaban, may kasalanan, at mayroong violation na sa ligang batas, kailangan po nating tingnan yan. And I'm very happy that some of our colleagues would like to look into GMA. I agree. But let's not be diverted from the issue. Ang issue po dito, was there a violation of ABS-CBN of our Constitution? Noon pa lang pong 1994, nagkaroon na po ng issuance ang ating pong foreign investment negative list. Kasi sinasabi, investment to, hindi naman shareholder. Number 1 po dyan, ang nakalagay, there shall be no foreign equity pursuant to Article 16, Section 11 of the Constitution and Presidential Memorandum dated May 5, 1994. Mass media is the very first on the negative list, the most important, and it must be 0% foreign and 100% Filipino. Paulit-ulit na po sinabi, yung share na yan may katumbas na isang common share. Kung ang ABS-CBN po ay 1 billion worth at 300 milyon ang nilagay natin para sa PDR, 300 milyon din po na pag-aari o share ng ABS-CBN Corporation ang tinatabi at binabangga dito. Kung ano ang kita ng 30% yun, pupunta sa PDR holders. Pag ibinenta ang PDR na yun, ang binibenta rin niya ang common share. Attorney Del Castillo, if I am now a Filipino and I buy the PDR owned by a foreigner, can that be translated to a common share if I want to and say, I don't want a PDR anymore, but 10 million common shares, which is equivalent to 10 million PDRs. Is that possible?
That's possible po. He can exercise the rights granted under the PDR to convert the PDRs into common shares.
So exactly my point, Mr. Chair. The ownership of a PDR is an ownership of the common share. Itinago lang po. Excuse me, attorney, forgive me for this, pero itinago lang po yung pagmamay-ari. For example, and if I may ask Attorney Del Castillo this, bawal po mag-ari ang banyaga ng lupa, di po ba, na Pilipino?
Opo.
At kung ako po kukuha ng isang Pilipino at sabihin kong ilagay mo sa iyong pangalan at yung renta dyan, ibigay mo sa akin, may balato ka na lang, iyon po'y pinagbabawal.
Opo, pero magkaiba po yun. Kasi
Opo. At kung sakali pong ibenta yung lupa at sinabi kong akin na yung pera, ibibigay ko rin sa iyo bigyan kitang balato pero sa akin yung kita, yun din po ay pinagbabawal kung ako'y banyaga.
opo.
So, of course, si Atty. Del Castillo will have their chance in court when this will be discussed. Pero sa akin lang pong interpretasyon, ganun po ang nangyari sa PDR. It represents a dummy. Yung pong dummy is the paper, which is the PDR. Sa atin po ngayon, marami po ang mga kasama natin na naniniwala na dapat ang ating lupa ay pag-aari ng Pilipino, wag dapat buksan ang ekonomiya. For that matter, Mr. Chairman, I would like the Constitution to be amended. No, I would like that there would be a more liberal investment coming in from foreign investors. But as it is, sa ngayon po, wala tayong magagawa. Iyon ang ating saligang batas. Isipin niyo po, kung lahat pala ng lupa sa ating bansa, lahat ng magsasaka, ginawa ko yung lupa, lagyan ko ng PDR, wala sa pangalan mo. Nandun pa rin kay Juan de la Cruz, pero may PDR. Ang kita, sa'yo. Pag binenta yung lupa, sa'yo. kawawa naman po yung mga Pilipino. Kawawa naman yung ating mga magsasaka. Sa ilalim pala ng isang creative arrangement, sa isang magandang pagsasaayos ng ating mga papel, ng ating mga batas, pwede tayong magkaroon ng PDR, marami ng banyaga na pwedeng makuha ang lupa ng ating mga magsasaka, ang lupa ng ating mga Pilipino na mayroong mga sariling bahay at lupa na kanilang pagmamayari. Mr. Chair, sinabi po nila, at ito yung napakagandang punto, in-approve po kami ng SEC, in-approve kami ng PSE. I beg to disagree that the sale was the approval. Ang pinayagan po ay yung PDR instrument. Just like any other listed corporation, sasabihin ko po, I am company A and I would like to issue stocks. Ito po yung aking basis for issuing stocks. These are the assets that I have. Sasabihin lang sa SEC, tama naman, wala kang denialing. Sasabihin ng Philippine Stock Exchange, yes, okay, you can issue that out. Pero yung bibili ng banyaga, walang alam ang SEC doon. Andito po ba ang SEC? Is the Commissioner Ramatong here?
They are in Zoom.
Yes, Commissioner Ramatong, tama po ba ako? Yung PDR instrument ang in-approve nyo. Pero yung pagbili ng banyaga ng foreign national ay wala kayong alam.
FCC. Commissioner Amatong.
Well, the reason, Mr. Chair, ito na po. Sorry.
Good afternoon, Honorable Congressman Defensor. Yes, I am representing the SEC this afternoon. That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Kaya ako po binanggit yan. Naawa na rin ako sa SEC, bugbog na. Sabi pa ho ng abogado ng ABS-CBN, pag kami nagkamali, SEC may problema dahil siya nag-approve. Hindi po. Walang kinalaman ang SEC sa pagbenta sa banyaga. Ang pinag-aprubahan nila ay yung PDR instrument, just as any shares sold to the market are approved by the SEC, but they do not know whether or not criminal elements, terrorist groups are buying the shares. Wala hong alam ang Securities and Exchange Commission doon sa usaping yun. Tama po ba, SEC?
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, just to be fair, I see Ms. Attorney Del Castillo raising her hand. Maybe she can say something.
Your Honor, when we applied for registration of the PDRs with the SEC and the listing with the Philippine Stock Exchange, we had fully disclosed po that the PDRs can be sold to anyone regardless of nationality. Nakalagay po yan sa prospectus at lahat po ng disclosures na isinibiti namin sa Stock Exchange at saka sa Securities and Exchange Commission. Wala pong itinago dyan. Hindi po nila alam ang pangalan ng mga taong bumili, pero alam po nila ang terms and conditions of the PDRs na wala pong restriction in terms of nationality.
Would SEC like to reply?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We would like to emphasize that when the PDRs were presented to us and we issued an action on the same, the term that was used was rendered operative. The documents that were issued by SEC did not use the word approved. So it means that the SEC, after going through the documents and confirming that it has complied with the requirements prescribed by laws, rules, and regulations, rendered these documents or the registration statement operative, Mr. Chair.
Suspended. Hearing suspended. Okay, hearing is resumed. Congressman Defensor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, again, ito po'y usapin na kailangang ayusin ng ABS-CBN at ng Securities Exchange Commission. Pero katulad po na sinasabi ng SEC, hindi namin alam. Ang sinabi lang namin, operative. Ang sinasabi ng ABS-CBN, alam ninyo. Pero again, we have lawyers here, we have lawyers in the SEC, yan po'y kailangan yung resolve. Pero for the first time, maganda po yung lumalabas kasi nagtuturoan na kung sino talagang kung may kagalagawan, hindi ko sinasabing may kasalanan, nagtuturoan na ho kung sino talaga. Ang sabi ng ABS, ipinayagan nyo kami. Ang sabi ng SEC, hindi namin kayo payagan, ito lang ginawa namin. Ito po'y resolve natin sa korte. No? Dahil ito naman po'y resolve sa korte. Dahil meron akong co-warranto na ipinasok ang ating pong Solicitor General regarding Rappler. And I'm sure this would affect the ownership in particular ng PDRs of ABS-CBN and GMA. Mr. Chairman, I see yes, Congressman PD, this is my time, but yes, you can please intervene.
Just a very important question, and I will be addressing my question sa kinatawan ng Securities and Exchange Commission. Ang tanong ko, noon bang nag-apply ang ABS-CBN para magkaroon ng authority o kapangyarihan na mag-issue ng PDR, isinama ba sa kanilang mga dokumento o application ang sample ng Philippine Deposit Receipt Certificate?
SEC.
Yes, sir. That was included in the documents that were submitted.
At inyo bang napansin na nakalagay rito ang mga prices relating to existing shares of ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation, underlying shares?
That is correct, sir.
Is correct. At nakalagay din dito na kung sino man ang may hawak ng PDR, he shall be entitled to the delivery of one existing share of stock.
That is also correct, sir. That is why, sir, if I may, sir.
Alaman nyo,
Yes, sir.
dito sa last paragraph, nakalagay din dito, the PDR represented by this certificate does not represent shares of stock, but only confers a right to the delivery or sale of existing shares of stock of ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation owned by the issuer under the terms and conditions stated herein in the PDR instrument.
That's correct, sir. We confirm.
At siguro sasangayunan mo ko na base sa mga dokumento, sa Philippine Deposit Receipt Certificate na kasama ng mga dokumento sa application, walang prohibition na mag-issue ng PDR sa foreign nationals.
Sir, with all due respect, the issuance of PDRs to foreign nationals, yes, we confirm that that is the case.
There is no prohibition.
Yes, sir.
At hindi nyo rin sinabi sa ABS-CBN, baka naman kung ibebenta nyo ito sa foreign nationals, baka naman magkaroon kayo ng violation ng 100% requirement under the Constitution and under pertinent laws.
So we did not do that, sir. That's why in our position paper that we submitted to the Honorable Committee, we emphasize, sir, that the act of the SEC was limited to the making operative the registration statement. We also emphasize that how ABS-CBN Holdings made use or operationalized the PDR is another issue that needs to be determined or that needs further investigation if we will be able to look into any violation of the Constitution, sir.
Ganong karami o ilang beses humingi ng application, nagbigay ng application at approval ang ABS-CBN para sa pag-issue ng PDR?
Mr. Chair. just before the resource person answer, may I just inquire if he already took his oath as a resource person and the name of the resource person, because previously it was as Chairman Amatong who was here.
Have you taken your oath of office, Attorney Padilla?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, if the Honorable Barsaga is
Balik ako
already-
sa aking katanungan. Ilang beses na nag-apply ang ABS-CBN para humingi ng approval sa Securities and Exchange Commission sa pag-issue ng PDR?
Sir, twice, sir. One in 1999 and one in 2013. 2 registration statements, sir.
Pro registrations. Okay, I think that would be all.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Congressman Defensor, you may continue.
thank you for that, Mr. Chairman. Kumari ko lang pong tapusin na yung aking sinasabi tungkol sa pagkaklaro ni Honorable Barsaga.
Mr. Chair, may I have 1 minute only because this is very relevant also in relation to Congressman Barsaga's point.
Mr. Chair, I just want to clarify that I recognize my right as the holder of the time, but I defer to the seniority of Honorable Barsaga and Honorable Malcoreta. I defer only because of age, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Yes, Congressman Marcoleta, proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I'd like to take advantage of the presence of the Securities and Exchange Commission's official. May I continue on that particular point if the SEC is still there? I'd like to draw the attention of the Securities and Exchange Commission on the first page of the prospectus dated January 6, 2014, which accompanied the 2014 registration statement of ABS-CBN. The following disclaimer is written, and I quote, "The Securities and Exchange Commission has not approved these securities or determined if this prospectus is accurate or complete. Any representation to the contrary is criminal offense and should be reported immediately to the Securities and Exchange Commission." Question: does this mean that the approved permit to sell PDRs as securities only involved the sale of the PDR and did not extend to the validity or constitutionality of the terms thereof or the qualification of the actual holder of the PDR? Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
And is it not correct to state also that in approving the sale of the PDR, the SEC merely relied on the information provided or not provided by ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation?
That is also correct, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Defensor.
Maraming salamat, Congressman, Mr. Chairman, Chairman Boying Rimulya, Chairman Alvarez, Sinzum. Sa dalawang katanungan ng ating makasama, Congressman Barsaga at Congressman Marcoleta, malinaw na malinaw po na sa sitwasyon po sa ngayon, itong sinasabing PDR ay talagang representasyon ng pagmamayari. Maganda. At naiayos naman yung kanilang ginagawa. Naiayos nila yung forma ng kanilang PDR para nga itago sa ilalim ng papel kung paano nagmamayari ng isang common share. At sa loob ng mga korporasyon, nabanggit ko na kanina, ang paglilayer ng bawat korporasyon para maiayos yung pagmamayari sa ABS-CBN Corporation. Binanggit na po kanina na nga na ang kita ng bawat share na yan, hindi naman pumupunta sa ABS-CBN Holdings. Yan po ay pumupunta sa PDR holder. Pagka ibinenta naman po ng PDR holder yung kanyang share, kaya po tinanong ko si Atty. Del Castillo kanina, kung ako'y Pilipino, gusto ko bang gawing common share? Pwede, pwede. Kasi yun po talaga ang parabang pagsasaayos na ng pagmamayari ng Pilipino. Binanggit ko na po kanina, doon po sa ating Foreign Investment Act, sinasabi po talaga bawal na mag-invest ang mass media sa ating pong bansa. Hindi po pwedeng makapag-invest ang foreign individual, foreign corporation sa mass media. Number 1 sa ating negative list. Sinabi na rin po yung batas na PD 1018, the ownership and management of mass media shall be limited to citizens of the Philippines or to corporations or associations wholly owned and managed by such citizens. Yan po ang batas na kabilang na rin doon sa ating provision ng ating konstitusyon. At dito po sa ating anti-dummy law, sinasabi na rin po dito sa Commonwealth Act 108 na ang batas na ito, any citizen of the Philippines or of those specific country who allows his name or citizenship to be used for the purpose of evading constitutional or legal provisions which require Philippine or any other specific citizenship as a requisite for the exercise or enjoyment of a right, franchise or privilege. Any alien or foreigner profiting thereby may also be held liable. ABS-CBN and those that support the PDR issuance will say, hindi naman hindi naman itinago, idineklara. Yes, it should be declared. Because again, it is part of the listed company's responsibility to declare such PDR. But is it legal? I do not think so. And I hope the Supreme Court will finally decide on this. So, Mr. Chair, bilang mong pagtatapos, yung pong binabanggit nila sa lisensya na binigay ng SEC at PSE, para po yung lisensya sa pagdadrive. Binigyan ka lisensya ng pagdadrive, pero hindi ibig sabihin legal yan na mambunggo ka. O hindi ibig sabihin na pwede kang uminom at kapit mo lisensya. Ang inaprubahan yung lisensya mo. Pero kung paano mo ito gagawin, yun po ang hindi pinagbibigyan at merong mga batayan ng batas na hindi pinapayagan. In this case, ito pong pagbenta sa atin pong mga foreign nationals o mga banyaga. So Mr. Chair, sa pagtatapos, katulad ko ng aking nabanggit nung una at uulitin ko lang ulit, unang-una ho, ang ADR, ang ang Global Depository Receipts ay kaiba sa PDR. Kahit na ho magbasa na pa lahat ng mga nag-aaral sa capital markets, lahat ng mga investment experts, ibang-iba ho, you should be listed in the country where you will be doing Global Depository Receipts or American Depository Receipts. Dito po, wala naman listing ang ABS-CBN sa New York Stock Exchange or sa London Stock Exchange. Definitely, because that will not be allowed. Pangalawa po, ang SEC, ang PSE, at ngayon po, nililinaw, nag-uusap sila, sinasabi, hindi na ito pinayagan. At yan po, pwedeng sabihin ng ABS-CBN, hindi, pinayagan nyo kami, pero nakikita nyo na ho, may pagtatalo na. Ayaw nang kunin ng responsibilidad ng SEC yung nangyaring issuance ng PDR, or else they will say so. If they will really take responsibility for the approval and sale to foreigners of PDR. And last but not the least, Mr. Chairman, kasama po ito sa negative list, hindi po ito pinapayagan ng batas, may anti-dummy component po ito, at ito po ay pag-circumvent sa saligang batas ng ating bansa. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.